Hola, mi gente. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people, and it's 9 a.m., but this is something new. I'm going to talk about LGBTQ plus stuff and get our week started right. So grab a cup of Joe. Yeah, I feel robust, dark roast, just like I like it. Can't wait to give some to Damien, all right? Anyway, we got some things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Good morning, LGBTQ plus South Florida. This is the first gay weekly morning TV show in the world, and I'm FayWhat. I'm all about our community, and I want to talk about our interesting world. We have people to meet, we have events to attend, and it's time to plan out our week. You may have noticed that, honk, honk, I'm a girl. We call it a lesbian. You can call me a celesbian. And you may have also noticed that we don't rule the gay boy world. Well, not entirely, and maybe not yet. But that's okay, because I'm a gay boy too. So as the FayWhat show develops, you are going to agree with me that everyone in the L, the G, the B, the T, and the Q community, well, we have more in common than the things that separate us. I'll be here with special friends every Monday at 9 a.m. bright and early to start off your week. And I'll be inviting other special guests and friends to make our time together lots and lots of fun. Next, gay boys. I am one of those lesbians. Well, I adore my gay boys. I can't live without them. But let's face it, this is an LGBTQ plus show. And 9 in the morning. You know they're still asleep, right? So we gotta wake them up. If I want the gay boy perspective, I have to go to where they're at this time of the morning. This segment is Gay Boys Sleep Late. Where else to fish for them than while they're still in bed? This morning we've got my favorite guy pal, model and performer, Damien Lenore. You can find him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. So let's get in bed with Damien as Gay Boys Sleep Late. Good morning, Damien.
Good morning, Faye.
How are you,
I'm
papito?
good. How are you?
Yay, so I saw you running out last week and you left me here with JB, which was a great fill-in. Thank you, Jameer. You were fantastic. Where were you off running to that early in the morning?
I had a pap smear.
I'm almost positive you didn't, but I'll let it go. It's fine. All right. Well, I'm happy that you're back, puppy, and I missed you.
Glad to be back.
The
I missed
bed,
you too.
your bed didn't feel the same without you.
And I missed Poochie too.
Of course you met Miss Lu. You miss Miss Luna. She is just like the best part of the show. I got to give a shout out to all the gay boys out there that are always commenting and sending their love and support. They were like, "Where's Damien?" I didn't actually hear their voice like that, but like in my brain, you know, when a gay boy sends me a mean message, they sound like that. So just know that you are loved and you were missed.
That feels nice.
And
Thank
again, JB, Jameer, thank you so much for being part of the FayWhat show last week. You were awesome. Love you, and we will definitely have you back. So there's a lot of interesting things that we're going to talk about this week in the LGBTQ plus community. You ready to kiki on some?
I was born ready.
I know you were, yeah. So, British comedian Ricky Gervais, he's defending jokes about taboo subjects after he came under fire for transphobic jokes in his new Netflix special, Supernatural. So in the special, he jokes about the new women with beards and cocks. Can't make this up. He makes a joke about misgendering a trans woman while expressing fear of being raped by one, and about being called a TERF for the misgendering. Kiki number one, now Ricky Gervais? You too, boo? What are we all talking about?
It's really gross that people are still doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's also very irresponsible.
You know, and Ricky Gervais, I know that he's a popular comedian. He's hosted a bunch of stuff. He's huge in the UK.
Yeah.
That's where he's from. I've never been a big fan of his. He always seems to be mad and sad, and like it seems like he's constantly smelling a fart. Like he's just always like this. And maybe that might be a London thing or a UK thing. Like I don't know. He just always looks.
He's trying to hide his teeth.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. But he always looks like he's just or he has to go to the bathroom. Like he just. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Too much. They eat a lot of beans over there. Maybe that's what it
They
is.
do, right?
I
They
was just
do.
in London a couple days. That was very odd. Like beans with eggs. I don't get that. Like, why would you do that? And a crepe is not a pancake. Sorry, I had to say that. So, I didn't like him as a comedian. And then I started watching this show called Afterlife, and it's I think it's on its third season now, and it's about his wife dying of cancer. And it started off when I was going through cancer, so I was relating to it. And I love that he was vulnerable and sweet, and he had an awesome dog with him for most of for all the seasons. So I actually was beginning to like him, and then now the special comes out, and I actually put it on my queue to watch, and then all this trash comes out. Like, are we like just easy targets to, better yet, are our trans brothers and sisters the easy target for all comedians to just go after now?
I think it's very much a cop out and like a simple low blow to come after an already marginalized community.
Yeah.
And it's like tacky and it's not fierce and it's not funny. And
No,
it's,
like, would you make fun of kids like that? You wouldn't.
no.
So,
But like find something that's not irresponsible. Like to sit and make jokes out of the identities of people in an already at-risk marginalized community for hate crimes and attacks, etc., is a very irresponsible thing to do. And it's also a very easy thing to do. And if somebody's a talented comedian, why are you aiming for something that's already been done to death
Yeah.
on top of being tacky and
rude and
irresponsible?
hurtful and irresponsible. But you're right. Like, that's the easy route to go after our community. Make fun of something else. Like, it's just, there's so much going on in the world that you can make fun of right now. So
Sky's
much.
the limit.
The sky's the limit, and there's no reason to do that. And it's wrong. And people, if you are a popular comedian, people do listen to you.
Yes.
So how about the idiot person that like might take his humor the wrong way and act out on it the next time they see a brother or sister of trans experience walking down the street?
Yeah, you're giving people permission
The okay
to
be a dick.
yeah, you're co-signing really like negative, dangerous behavior, and it's irresponsible.
right.
And it's like, oh yeah, it's comedy. Oh yeah, we have to laugh, ha ha ha. But you laugh about something that's not going to harm people.
It is just not the right time.
No, not
Right? It's just not the right
absolutely
time.
not the right time.
This climate is really, times are so difficult. We just lost all those beautiful elementary school kids and the teachers. We've been attacked by trans bills left and right. We've had to go through Don't Say Gay. I mean, we've had a really tough couple of months, and it's only May, and it's like May's about to finish.
And with all of these bills happening and all of the political climate that is so anti-trans, you're going to pick right now to sit and cast further doubt on the identities of people, I think is really tacky and irresponsible.
Yeah, I'm taking you off my queue.
Not
That's
fierce.
it. You're not fierce anymore.
We don't like you.
Nope.
And fix your teeth. Goodbye.
And fix your teeth. Next, Starbucks continues to put their money where their mouth is when it comes to supporting the LGBTQ plus community. As states pass anti-abortion bills and bills that block gender-affirming care for trans individuals, the company has vowed to cover travel costs if employees have to travel more than 100 miles from home to seek those medically necessary treatments. Okay, that is blockers or an abortion even. I mean, we're going even that route. Kiki number 2, Starbucks keeps showing us why they are wonderful employees to LGBTQ+. What are we all talking about?
Let's see, there is some balance in the universe.
In the world.
Absolutely. I love that. I think that's amazing. Starbucks has always been very pro LGBTQ+.
Yeah.
And they continue to show why they are a valuable ally
They
to
are.
our community.
They are. Like, I don't bitch anymore about paying $5 for a coffee.
Yeah.
I used to, but I don't anymore. Just because, I mean, it really is like they go to bat for us.
Yeah.
Imagine offering that. Okay, a trans man could be pregnant. Something could occur, okay? And they would need to get an abortion, and then an abortion would not be available to them because of certain laws that might be passed soon, and Roe versus Wade being overturned. Starbucks would go, we've got you. We'll help you get this done. That's incredible. I know so many LGBTQ people in our community that, like, that's the job they wanted to get because they knew that they can get insurance with a part-time hours, which doesn't occur anywhere.
Yeah.
Every place wants you to work your ass off and not give you insurance. And Starbucks gives you insurance at 20 hours, which is fabulous.
Amazing. If only other companies could take a page out of that book.
You know, next month is Pride Month, and everybody starts putting their little logos and their rainbows everywhere they can for the month of June. Places like Starbucks, they show their true colors all year round.
And it's like, rather than spending marketing and money to put rainbows and bullshit all over everything, why don't you take all of that money used to manufacture those items and support your LGBTQ plus employees? Okay. How about that?
What he said.
I said what I said.
What he said. Finally, recovery is a hard road. You and me know that. It's often made harder by situations out of our control. When Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler had foot surgery, he was given pain management medication. This put him into a situation where he felt he needed to voluntarily enter rehab. The band has canceled the June and July dates for their new Vegas residency and have asked for the fans to support Steven's health and journey. Kiki number 3, it is not easy staying sober. Steven Tyler enters rehab. What are we all talking about?
I think it's really awesome that they've been public about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's such stigma surrounding addiction and recovery. And sometimes, like, have you ever kind of like come out to somebody about being in recovery and you watch their whole attitude towards you change?
Completely. I've had people where like literally the drink is in their hand and they're slowly putting it like behind them, like to hide it.
Yeah. Or they hide their purse or something because they think you're going to steal from them or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they like, you're in their house and they're kind of very like, like that. And there's such stigma involved. And a lot of people don't realize that it's not an unusual occurrence for somebody having no idea that they have a problem to have a surgery and be prescribed pain medication afterwards and become almost hopelessly and helplessly addicted to this pain medication.
Yeah. Well, something that we haven't talked about recently is the opioid. It's a pandemic. It's killing people every day. A lot of our own people in LGBTQ plus. And most of the time when you start on a pain med and you can't get that pain med anymore, you're going to go find something else to take its place. Yeah. Okay. Meth, heroin, whatever is easily available. Yeah. And then you fall down in that spiral. Steven Tyler has always been very public about his journey, his sobriety journey. We have as well. And I am part of a 12-step program. I respect their anonymity.
Absolutely.
But I can't be anonymous.
Absolutely.
I can't. I am a walking billboard for someone in recovery. But that doesn't guarantee that this crazy Latina is going to stay sober. This is something I got to work at all the time. So do you. Yeah. We're going to gay day soon and we're both like, okay, are we ready to be back in a circuit party? These are things that you need to sit with yourself and figure out. And for someone like Steven Tyler, mother effing Steven Tyler. Legendary. He even had like a sobriety. He had started some kind of sobriety place that was wrapped around music and rock and all that kind of stuff. And he helped a ton of people. But
is that Recovery Unplugged?
Wasn't he a part of that?
Is that what he?
I think he was a part of that also. Yes, Recovery Unplugged also. But it doesn't guarantee that you stay sober. No. Okay, and something so small as a foot surgery. Poor guy had a bunion. You get a surgery and all of a sudden you get I've gotten dental work and I've been afraid to finish taking the meds prescribed. Yeah. Because I know that up here, there's something not right.
Yeah. I had like a minor procedure recently that they prescribed me some very, very low level opiates to take afterwards for the pain. And I didn't take any of them because I was like,
oh, wow.
I have never been like, opiates were not my thing, thank God.
But they could be tomorrow.
Exactly.
I started off with Grey Goose and then I was drinking Skull. I was putting Skull through a Brita, folks. Try it at home. It does work.
That's classy,
It does work,
that's
though.
Classy.
It does work. When you broke, it does work. I'm just saying, I want to help you guys out. I don't drink anymore, but I know you guys do. So put the Skull through a Brita. Do it twice. It works. Period.
You got to make a recipe book. I should. How to take the hooch off your hooch.
How to continue being a drunk on a few pennies a day by FayWhat. Oh my God. Well, Steven Tyler, we're thinking about you.
Thank you.
It takes big cojones to be able to say in front of millions of people and say, hey, I have a problem. I'm going to go make sure that I'm okay. I'll be back.
You never know who your honesty and your example is going to help.
Completely. I have sponsees that are like, I don't want to go pick up my medallion. Why should I do that? I go, It's not for you, idiot. It's for the person that sees you pick up that medallion and say, if that crackhead could do it, I could do it. If that crazy Amazon Latina could do it, I could do it. That is why you go pick up a medallion every year.
Healthy behavior is leading by example, which is fierce. We love that.
We love that.
Thank you, Steven Tyler.
Thank you, Steven Tyler. So next up, Damien, we're gay after all, so let's talk about some gay fun stuff that will help us get through the week. Work! Are you watching Drag Race All-Stars?
Of course.
Oh my God, I'm addicted. The Vivian is everything.
That red pleather outfit.
The pleather runway. Have you folks seen that? Oh my God. Monet Exchange. Did you see her like pleather wine thing that she was wearing? Was incredible.
For me, it was, I think, I gotta say it was Jada was my top first because I'm like a 90s kid and the Matrix is, you know, iconic.
Yeah.
And those different shades of like, it was almost, the pants had this like tortoise shell quality on, but in different shades of like burgundy and reddish brown and black.
Ugh.
Absolutely fierce, fierce, fierce. Then the red jacket that the Vivian wore with the shoulder pads.
Oh, that was everything.
Was incredible.
That was everything. Everything. Okay, I haven't seen the one that came out a couple days ago, so I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay,
all right,
yeah.
so
No
you guys
spoilers,
watch
no
it.
spoilers.
All right. So there's a bunch of fun. Let's talk about some fun things to do that will help us get through the week aside from watching, you know, Drag Race All Stars #7. The radical religious, well, they call it queer as a negative. It is not queer as a negative. Ron DeSantis, well, he calls it don't say gay. At the FayWhat show, we call it the gay agenda. First, Stonewall Pride, Wilton Manors is just a few weeks away. And tomorrow night, we're starting the party with I Am What I Am. Presented by History Fort Lauderdale, this month-long exhibit at the Galleria Mall features the amazing drag history of our town and will open with a special reception featuring local icons Nikki Adams, Tiffany Arriagas, Kathy Craig, Daisy Dead Petals, Electra, and Latrice Royale. Tickets are available at historyfortlauderdale.com. Event number 1, I Am What I Am, Stonewall Kickoff Party, History Fort Lauderdale, Galleria Mall, the gay agenda. What do we love about this?
I love that they are shining a spotlight on all of the iconic performers in our community because we have such an amazing performance community here in South Florida. We're blessed. And it's easy to like go somewhere else and see drag somewhere else and be like, we're from Florida.
We're from Florida.
We have good, really
We've
really
got some
good drag.
incredible drag.
Really good drag here.
You know, the 90s here. So there, you know, everybody knows about South Beach. South Beach is music videos have been filmed there. It was just such a very popular place, and everybody has been there. You know, so in the 90s, it started blowing up, and I didn't live here yet, but they say that like right before the 90s, South Beach was a bunch of old people on rocking chairs waiting to die, like literally. That was it. Somebody came in and started building all these fabulous buildings and clubs, and it became the South Beach that you see now. But those 90s iconic drag queens were the ones that got us to those places, you know? God, there was just so many incredible places. And Kitty Meow, who's a friend of the show, is going to be hosting this event on tomorrow. So I saw Nikki Adams and I saw Electra at Bona. Okay, at Bona last week, just having dinner. Just there chilling, and I'm like, I look at the picture and I'm like, that's them! That's them! Thank you for all you did! Thank you! Like, oh my God, incredible, incredible. We always have to respect and honor our history, and these ladies have really, really done it and led the way for all the ones that are out there now.
Yeah.
You know, so get your tickets today, and we will see you there.
And my mom's performing in tribute.
Yay! A Velvet Lenore will be that as well.
Velvet Lenore.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a jam-packed evening. Daisy Dead Petals. I mean, it goes without saying. Like
Absolutely.
she just
hysterical.
She's
awesome,
hysterical.
iconic.
Whatever's going on in the world, she turns it into something funny with, and it might be a little dirty, and we love it.
Yes. I love a
And
dirty
we live
joke.
for it.
I love a dirty
You
joke.
never know what's gonna fall out of her skirt in more ways than one. That's all I'll say. All right. Next, there are gay people who like sports. I know, it sounds shocking. Even more shocking is that there are professional sports teams that like our gay people. For baseball fans, we have the Miami Marlins, and the Miami Marlins are celebrating Pride at the Park as they face off against the San Francisco Giants on June 2nd. Gates for the event, well, they open at 5 p.m., and a special Marlins Pride hat will be given out with purchase of the Pride event ticket. Get your tickets at MLB.com. Event number 2, Pride at the Park with the Miami Marlins baseball team, the gay agenda. What do we love about this? So this is baseball. They use a stick, they hit a ball, they go around bases. No, they don't hit their own sticks or each other's sticks. They hit a flying ball.
That's in the locker room after.
That's later, and you're like, what? A flying ball? Like, can I catch it with my face?
I should never leave my house. That's what it is.
Listen, I've gone to this a couple times, and people go and have a great time, and they take their kids, and it's like a wonderful family affair. I love that a big organization like Miami Marlins acknowledges us.
Yeah, that is important, and it is a positive thing, and I feel like so many gay people feel excluded from the world of sports, which is why a lot of us really hate it. And to see sports organizations giving us this is really, really heartwarming and nice. And important.
And you know what? And smart.
And smart.
Lesbians love sports, not this lesbian, but a lot of lesbians that I know love them some sports, have season tickets, or are all about it.
Absolutely.
Take all the munchkins and they do it big. I mean, if they're giving out a hat, I'm going. That's probably why I'm going, is for the hat.
You want the hat?
I do. It's cute. It says Marlins and it's got a
What
cute
colors?
pride.
What's like the color scheme?
They're blue and black.
Okay.
And they usually put like the Marlins logo in pride colors.
I have, I think, a G-string that would match
And
those colors.
okay, I'll give you the hat.
Maybe I'll go too.
I think it'll work perfectly.
Fabulous. All right.
We're
Look at us
doing it.
enjoying sports.
We're doing it. See, it'll be like we went to a baseball game.
We're so
like,
butch.
We're so butch.
Watch the ball. Hit the ball.
But do you feel the
Absolutely.
butchiness coming out? Like I'm about to get like a big butch truck
Is
and
that
get a mullet and stuff.
Chest hair?
Am I going to Home Depot later? I feel so butch. Finally, when people think of Pride Month in South Florida, they think of Miami, they think of Fort Lauderdale and Wilton Manors. Well, the town of Hollywood is quickly changing that. On June 1st, they start with a Pride flag raising at City Hall at 12:30 p.m. After that, you can visit a special Pride Night desk at Mickey Burns for a booklet of special deals and events sponsored by businesses all over town. So you can create your own Pride Month kickoff party. Event number 3, Hollywood Pride Month kickoff, 5 to 11 p.m. Tour of Hollywood, the gay agenda. What do we love about this?
Everything. Everything.
We were at My Hollywood Pride
Yeah.
last year, and we had a phenomenal time.
Was that last year already?
It was last year, wasn't it? Was it the beginning of this year? I think it was the beginning of this year.
The beginning of this year.
Yes. God, it's all meshing together.
Time is an illusion.
Okay. Time stands still when we're together.
Absolutely.
It was, but okay, but we're almost in June, so
Yeah.
I get it. So it has been some time. But the HRC index that Hollywood has brought that index from whatever, I think it was like at 49 or something like that a couple of years ago. Now they're at 100. And this is what measures the, LGBTQ plus outreach organizations, help for our people, equality. And they ranked 100, which is huge for a city that is still up and coming.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for having their pride. Their pride
Yeah.
was fun. They closed
Oh,
off
it
a
was
whole
a lot
street.
of fun.
Family fun. They had great food. I thought it was a really good time.
It was definitely a vibe.
And we're going to be talking to Francesca Damore, and she's on their LGBTQ plus council, and she's going to tell us all about what they're going to do this year with their pride. But I love that you get to go there and explore Hollywood. They'll give you a
Yeah.
little book, and it's like, hey, these are all the deals, these are all the businesses. Go and check them out today on your own, and have a little escapade, a little gay escapade.
And it's like the town itself is really cute. That
Mm-hmm.
little downtown area, there are all these like really cute little shops. The place that like all of us, like the dressing room we use in the top of that restaurant, beautiful restaurant. I mean, even just like walking through the restaurant, I was like, oh wow, this is really pretty. The lighting is really nice. Like all these cute little restaurants around there, a cute little ice cream shop, like really cool stuff.
Yeah. So
Very
if you
cool.
don't, so if you're over, I mean, you can never be over Wilton Manors. Sorry, I have to make out with my dog. You can never be over Wilton Manors, but I mean, sometimes you don't want all the crazy of Miami. Sometimes you don't want all the crazy of Wilton, right? Yes. Yes, I agree with you, Miss Faye. And so Hollywood is right in the middle, ample parking, a lot of great places to go eat, drink, and be merry. So go check it out. So it's what we will all be talking about this week and the events that we're going to attend. Right, Luna? Are there any dog-friendly alerts? I need to redo my makeup now. I don't care, it's you.
She turns around,
And
she
you're
has
a
all your
girl,
lipstick on.
so it's not really like,
Oh, you look
know,
so pretty with
right? You
face
look so
makeup
good.
on.
You look so cute. You look so cute with red lipstick, Miss Luna. Isn't she adorable? All right, so these are all the events that we want to attend this week. I got to thank Mr. Damien Lenore for getting up early for the FayWhat show. And remember to make sure to follow him on Instagram at Return of Babylon. I know how hard it is for you because gay boys usually sleep late, except on Mondays when I wake your ass up.
I mean, with two lovely ladies like this.
How can you say no? It's a trouble. It's a trouble.
A trouble.
What are you up to next week? You're going to Gay Days. Tell me about that.
It's just, honestly, I'm going for fun.
Yay! But you'll be
never
half
been.
naked everywhere you go, probably.
Well, they're having a wig party, which I'm
Yeah.
excited about. So
All
I
right.
have like a whole outfit picked for that. And we're going to go to the water park thing. And
You're going to Typhoon Lagoon?
Yes.
Yes, that is the best party ever. I will be there too. If you
You're
see me,
coming.
just wave hello.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
Typhoon Lagoon is like the ultimate. I love spending Gay Days with all the gay boys. And then I'll also be, of course, at Girls of Wonderland and going to their pool party to see Tatas.
Absolutely. Is it topless?
No, I wish it was. I mean, we could make it topless if you'd like.
I got pasties you can borrow. It's
Yay!
not technically topless.
All right, I'm gonna have to talk to Jesse, Allison, and Amy over there at Pandora. Listen, we're gonna go topless. See what you guys can do about that. All right?
And Luna's going to need 6 pasties to go on her doggy tatas. Right, Pooch?
I love her. Yay! Thank you, Damon. I will see you next Monday.
Yes, looking forward to it.
I love you, my Luna. I love you, my Luna. All right. So the FayWhat show is filmed at our permanent set at the Happening Out television studios on the campus of Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church. Happening Out broadcasts live Sunday services every week at 10:30 a.m. as part of that partnership. Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
I'm Glenn Weinzimmer, founder of the Smart Ride, second largest AIDS bicycle ride in the country, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Is our community important to you? If it is, I hope you will share this experience. Please like the FayWhat show on YouTube or Facebook. And huge news, you know by now, you should be watching the FayWhat show on broadcast television, in addition to social media platforms. You can tune in on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or Amazon Fire TV. I want you to support me in this endeavor. Next up is my special guest, Francesca D'Amore. I'm really excited about our next guest. I've been trying to get this girl in bed forever. Let's welcome Francesca D'Amore. Her vision is to extend education and support on behalf of the homeless, the arts, and the LGBTQ+ community. Currently a proud board member of Safe Schools South Florida and the former board member of the Hollywood LGBTQ+ Council. Those people, they're the ones who brought you My Hollywood Pride, and it was incredible. She's also the entertainment consultant for My Hollywood Pride 2023. It's gonna be here before you know it. A quote from her that I love, quote, "If I can inspire even one person to boldly live their truth, my job is done, period."
Period.
Good evening, Francesca. Good
you
morning,
doing, girl?
Francesca. I don't even know what day it is. I'm so sorry. How
Girl,
are
you're
you,
more
Mama?
jacked up than I am. Did you have more coffee?
Girl.
I had 3 cups.
Girl,
That's
there's
how I'm here.
See, so Cubans have this coffee. It's called a colada, right?
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
basically is like espresso, and it's like 3 espressos in one. And they give you these little cups. I don't know why they give you those little cups. They give you them to share, supposedly. I throw those cups away, okay? I don't share my colada
just
with
do the whole
nobody.
colada.
To the face, Francesca,
I'm
like
an
that.
espresso girl, so,
Ooh, so
I
you
do
know.
like 3 or 4 pods of Nespresso in the morning just to function. I'm
Yeah.
a coffee girl, so
Ooh.
yeah.
Now, with no disrespect, because I never want to disrespect you, because I love what you do for our community, and we're going to get into that now. Your boobs look amazing.
Don't they though?
I
Just for you, darling.
Oh
Just
my
for
God,
you.
thank you. Like
Just
all my
for
little,
you.
all my little lesbian like porn thoughts are just going crazy right now. Anyway,
awesome.
and
You're
look, even
awesome.
even Luna's like, yeah, Francesca's hot.
First time I've ever been in bed with the boobs out like this for a media
Ooh.
interview. So this is exciting as
You know,
hell.
we
This
do
is
things,
awesome.
We do things a little differently.
I love
the
that.
FayWhat
Instead of
show.
stodgy, same old, same old.
I mean, you know, it's like, hey, we're just girls chilling in bed together.
That's it.
No, if it turns
I've
into
heard
sex,
that
it
one
turns into
before,
sex,
but
you know.
right?
So I love Safe Schools, okay?
Yeah.
I love Scott Galvin. He is just an incredible dude. I
He's
live in
my
North
heart.
Miami. I live in
Okay.
North Miami, so, you know, him and the whole team over there, including
Tom
yourself.
Lander.
Tom, oh,
Yeah.
that gentleman.
Citizen Jane, everybody.
That gentleman,
Liz.
he, you know, with such a role, what is his role? Excuse me, what is
He's
Tom's?
the chairperson.
Okay, so he's the head honcho over
Oh,
at
yeah.
Safe Schools,
Yeah.
and you see him at every booth in every organizational event that's going on. He is there at the front lines
Oh.
doing it. Tell our viewers what Safe Schools is all about.
So Safe Schools, we've been around for 31 years, and we're basically educators working with educators in the school system. We do a lot of training with teachers on LGBTQ plus issues, and then we work a lot with gay straight alliances. We have Diversity Day, we have Leadership Day. This year we're giving out 3 scholarships.
Nice.
Which is good. Since Tom has been on board, things have shifted, and then with COVID, and then now with the Don't Say Gay bill, a law, should I say.
Yeah, it
things
hurts.
are shifting, and, you know, we'll see what the next year brings us. We're actually having a board meeting soon to figure out how we can really make an impact in the upcoming school year, because we
Wow.
don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean,
We don't know.
and what you've prepared for is not what now is going to be
Right.
law, so to speak. You know,
Exactly.
so like, do we even know those gay straight alliances, all those organizations that did that, that the schools have? Where will they still be able to be had with the
Right.
Don't Say Gay law passed now? So we're very in unsure territories right now.
We are, and the wording in the law is very ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just K through 3, it could be anything through 12th grade. So we're going to do our best to fight for our youth, and our youth is so amazing.
It really is.
I love our youth.
They inspire.
They teach me they can teach us old ladies some really good stuff.
Yes, they could.
They're awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
they could. Yeah, the children are incredible, and they're not as scared as we are. You know, they're
Right.
ready to fight, and you know, and those rallies that Safe Schools put together when Don't
Yeah.
Say Gay exploded was just, you can tell how invested the children were.
They are. We went up to Tallahassee with the kids to speak to all the representatives, and inspiring. That's the word you used, and they are. They just go for it.
What other organizations do you work with? Because I mean, Safe Schools is enough. Like, that's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah, yeah.
going on there, but you also work with other organizations.
So I was on the Hollywood LGBTQ plus council for 2 years, and I was the entertainment director for the inaugural My Hollywood Pride, and it really was amazing. It was such a great experience to work with everybody in the community. This year I'm going to be the entertainment consulting, meaning I'll do pretty much the same thing I did last year. And as far as entertainment, I wanted to make sure that the L, the B, the G, and the T are represented at My Hollywood Pride. I know you had interviewed Karina Iglesias.
Yes.
Her and I go way back, and I was so excited that she said, yes, I'll kick it off.
And what a talent Karina is. Oh my God.
so
Karina is
amazing.
such a beautiful and just a wonderful representation. You know,
Oh.
she came out as non-binary on our show. And
Yeah.
I mean, her representation is just full circle. She's a wonderful parent. You know, her and
she's
her
great.
partner have a beautiful child. And, you know, let's not even get started on her talent. You know, she blew me away at
Mad.
my Hollywood Pride.
Mad talent, yeah.
What do you think about somebody who says we have too many prides already? Why add another pride to the mix?
We can't have too many prides. And what I love about my Hollywood pride, I live in Hollywood and I've worked in Hollywood for years. And I think it's important to let people in the neighborhood, let the other Hollywooders know that the LGBTQ plus is there and we're proud. And it's a good way to merge communities because it's very family friendly.
It really is. And
all
but there's a
people
lot of
come.
us, but there's a lot of us there in Hollywood though.
are.
I mean, you
There
are probably
are.
like my 10th friend that lives in Hollywood. LGBT
I love
is
Hollywood, yeah.
and it's
there's
just
a
so
big
beautiful.
community. I like Hollywood. Anything goes. You know, fly your freak flag. That's Hollywood.
Well, so last year was your inaugural. It was my Hollywood Pride's first year, and
Right.
I was blessed to be there, and I loved it from the brunch beforehand all the way to
Right.
the nighttime when our own Damian Lenore was performing there. You had Velvet performing there. You had so many entertainers. I felt that you really did do your job well. So thank you
Thanks.
so much for that, Francesca. I felt
you.
that everybody was represented there. And now, how do you do that to the next level this year? Like,
Well-
what did you learn from last year?
Actually, I was pretty pleased with last year. There were some things that we will be changing this year, but I did like the representation. I also made sure to include a straight band as well, because we want to invite all people. We want to be inclusive of all communities, and they're allies. So we have to let our allies as well perform and as well be present. So the
That's true.
LGBTQ, everything was represented. So this year I'm going to do the same.
You're going to add more allyship to it. And, you know,
Some
we're
allyship,
I mean,
sure.
we all know this. We can't do anything that we're doing without our allies. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, most of the time they don't even listen to us until there's
No.
an ally there present, you know, to speak on our behalf.
Sure.
Do you sometimes do you get frustrated and have to like incorporate your alter ego into this? I know you have an alter ego.
I sure did. So my alter ego, her name is Miss Finesse.
Miss Finesse,
And,
okay.
Oh my God, she's a real bruja. So I try not to let her out too often these days because she gets me into trouble.
Does she really? But I mean, there's some good trouble too.
Yeah. No, Miss Finesse has been great. As Miss Finesse, I interviewed a lot of A-listers on red carpets.
Nice.
My first interview was 50 Cent. And I was just like, oh my God. So he's going down all the media. And my segment is called Living Large with Miss Finesse. And he just loved me and we broke down barriers. And he kept on calling me Miss Fitness. So I don't know. My legs are pretty strong.
They are
so-
pretty strong. You got to see this girl's legs.
Yeah,
Like, they're
yeah.
on point. And for 50 Cent to tell you, and that probably was like during the time when he was really into like fitness and all that.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
was scoping out those
He
legs of
was.
yours.
Yeah, these legs, these gams get me in trouble.
Oh, were you, at that moment when you were interviewing 50 Cent, were you like scared at all? I mean, LGBTQ, Black community, hip hop, like there's a big division there sometimes. I mean, I know that Lil Nas X is like really helping bridge that.
Yeah. I was nervous, and you know, as a journalist, you do research on people you're going to interview. So I did the research on him, and he did the song called Fat Bitches. So he comes up to Mike, and I go to the mic, and I go, now, I know you wrote that song Fat Bitches about me, right? Oh my God, everything just like, he just laughed, and then I asked a poignant question, and before I knew it, it was a great interview. So you've got to incorporate laughter, and you've got to make people you know, like you do. You make me feel welcome.
Oh, you
I'm
make
learning
me
from
feel
you,
welcome. You make
so
me feel
that's
welcome.
what we do.
We've been on we did a Queer News Tonight back in the day when
Yeah.
with Todd Delmay when he had
Yeah.
first announced that he was running. We need more
excited.
Todds.
We do.
We really do. Like, how do we do that? Like, how do we get people out there to run and represent like Todd does?
We do have a couple of representatives, you know, throughout Florida, and we just need more, you
Yeah.
know, so our voices could be stronger, and stronger on all issues, not just LGBTQ plus issues, because a representative has to represent everybody. And that's also why allyship is important.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you get frustrated sometimes where you work with Safe Schools, you work with other organizations, and all these organizations are there to support LGBTQ? Are there moments that you see, like I was just mentioning to a coworker that, like, you know, we tell stories about all this hate towards our community, and T has been the main target on these Republicans' minds, you know? I mean, Tucker Carlson can't do a show without mentioning the transgender community. You know, does that ever make you go, man, we're never going to win this fight, we're never going to get ahead?
You know, I started transitioning 9 years ago, and I decided to transition at a time where I felt it was safe to transition for me personally, and I was ready.
Yeah.
So I transitioned later in life. I feel that now things are very scary, you know, and as a trans woman, I do walk, you know, looking over my shoulder at all times because you have to. I worry about our kids so much, though, you know,
Of course.
because they're just getting such a bad rap, and there's all these old cases going around where people are like, oh, kids aren't really trans. But there was just a study at Princeton. It was a 3-year study that showed that kids between, I think it was 7 and 12, after 3 years, out of 300 kids, only one detransitioned. So we should be looking at the new
We should be looking
data.
at that, or getting more data, getting the
Yeah.
science out there to show that
Exactly.
is, you know, the Trumps of the world will take that one case and blow it really out of proportion when it's one case.
Yeah. Well, I actually bought into that case a little bit myself when I was, you know,
How so?
doing research,
Uh-huh.
because that's all there was out there. So I didn't buy into it, but it
Yeah.
really was in my mind for a long time. And then kids educated me, you know, because they have the life that we never had when we
Yeah.
were kids. And I love that.
That
I
fluidity,
love that.
that just, this is who I am, okay?
Yeah,
You know, and then the
yeah.
rest of the world is telling them not to be who they are.
I know,
it's-
and that sucks. They should just be who they are, you know?
As a woman living the trans experience, Francesca, you know, do you think that the rest of the acronym is supporting the T? Do you think that the L, the G, the B is doing enough?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And that's why I try to make myself visible as much as I can within the community.
Yeah.
I think educating and unity needs to happen within our community. And it makes me sad, you know, because the T is always at the back of the bus, always.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's taken a long time for the L and the G to even get in the front of the
Right,
bus.
right,
And these
right.
people act like T, we just invented it. Like we just can't, oh, let's try
No.
something new, and that's not the case.
it's not the case. And, you know, I do have faith that it's all going to come together. But I'm so proud of, you know, our local transgender community, trans inclusive.
Yes,
you
Morgan
know, all-
Mayfair and the Mayfairs are incredible. Yeah,
Of course.
Transsocial.
Transsocial. Just everybody's really doing their work,
Yeah.
and it's work.
And it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work to face the world when you're a trans person.
Yeah.
Especially when you're out and you're talking about your transness. It's one thing if you're just kind of like trying to blend into the world and living your life. And there's a time and place for that too.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a lot to
It's a
push
lot.
through that. And then to talk about issues that affect you directly, especially safety,
Yeah.
health issues, safety issues, no access to medical programs. When you do have access, I had some horrible stories when I went through my surgeries, you know?
Yeah.
And these are at institutions you think would be more intelligent than that. And I was shocked. I was truly shocked.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I give such applause to the medical organizations that we have that, you know, that are there for our LGBTQ plus community, because I mean, some of the stories, you know, the reality is, Francesca, is that I'm passable. If I don't tell people I'm gay, they don't know it, okay?
Sure.
And people don't appreciate that. They don't know how easier it
Right.
could be, you know?
Right.
So I need to share my story, keep on spewing and screaming that, you know, women are women, period,
Right.
and hope that one person hears me and changes their mind and their attitude about it.
I see a future where words like I've been clocked or I'm passable are no longer, because I see a world in the future where trans people, we just embrace our transness. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we're
You
not
know?
there. But we're not there yet.
It's
you
gonna
know?
take a long time.
My sister is a woman of trans experience, and she says to me, you know, when it gets to the point that I go to Wilton Manors and go to a bar and somebody doesn't try to tip me or tell me when I'm going to go on stage, then I think that we've made some progress.
Yeah,
And she's got a point.
yeah, that's true.
What should I be doing? What should the other letters of the acronym be doing for the T?
Well, I know you particularly are really supportive of the trans community.
I have to be.
And I appreciate, I always see how genteel you are and how real you are.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I make mistakes all the time. And I'm the
Sure.
first one to ask someone like you or ask
Right.
somebody else and be like, okay, is this correct? What can I do? What can I say different? Because I want you to be reflected in the manner that you deserve to be.
Right. And, you know, maybe that's something we should start out with, you know, within organizations, actually have trainings in LGBTQ organizations. Because I find that a lot of people don't understand the difference between a drag queen and a trans woman in our own community. And the verbiage gets really lost,
Yeah.
you know?
It gets muddled.
It gets muddled, and then people ask inappropriate questions like, oh, what was your name before? That's a big X. I can't tell you how many people have asked me that. And then I have to school them and tell them, you know, that puts a trans person into dysphoria, into anxiety.
Yeah.
Because that's
They call it a dead name for a reason,
it's called,
Francesca.
and
because
they say dead name. What is your dead name? I'm like, are you serious?
it's like, we're in 2022 and you really just asked me that? Like, are you serious? Mhm.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, it's like when me and my wife are out somewhere and someone goes, hey, so who's the boy and who's the girl?
yeah, same
Really?
thing. It's
So education is the key. I think that that's just the
Education.
way that we have to.
Yeah, but I'm seeing more trans faces in all the different organizations, you know, higher up on boards and have a lot of visibility.
Yes,
So
Tatiana. I mean,
yeah,
oh God, I mean, these women that are out there representing us like yourself
Yeah.
have to put up with so much BS, and yet they're showing face every single time.
So we're dealing with trans issues and then woman issues,
Yeah.
which is like, wow, second-class citizen stuff, huh? It's not
Welcome.
easy.
It's not easy,
Yeah,
and
it's
we've
not
been there
easy.
forever. But how do you
not
feel when
easy.
even the women are not supporting you? I interviewed a couple of lesbians when I first started the FayWhat show, and I was freaking blown away, Francesca. I was floored when one of the women had told me that they had events where they chose not to include trans women. In my mind, women are
Women are
women.
women.
That's
Sure.
it, period. There is no,
Sure.
that's it. If I'm gonna have a women's weekend, hey, Francesca, wanna go? Like, it just would be what it is.
Yeah.
We haven't come that far then.
I'm very lucky to have friends of all types, and my lesbian girls support me 1,000%. I'm a woman, period, and they come and fix things in my house. Only because I suck at that kind of
Listen,
stuff.
me too. Those lesbians, they know how to put IKEA furniture together. Like, I don't get
They
it.
got
I don't either.
drills, they put all sorts of stuff, like
Yeah.
paintings, it's great.
They
So,
look good with work belts.
Oh,
yeah.
they actually
That's
look really hot.
That's another porn that I have
That's
going on. but
hot.
Anyway.
That's some hot stuff, yeah.
Francesca, where can we see you in the future? What are you working on? What should we be supporting you in?
So right now I'm doing the My Hollywood Pride for 2023, so that's what's coming up. And
Will you be doing some hosting duties? I always enjoy watching you on stage.
no, I'm gonna leave that to Velvet Lenore. She
Velvet is a badass.
I was so happy she agreed to, you know, being the hostess again.
That girl's
And
she's in demand. She's
she is.
everywhere.
And I gotta give a shout out to her. You know, when we first started talking, I had time slots and I'm like, I need this, and I'm looking for this kind of girl. And she was so great at getting her crew together, and she was perfection. And I just love working with other people where I don't like to micromanage people. I think people do best when they're respected and they do their thing.
They do their job. This is your job. You're going to
Yeah.
entertain. Here, I'm going to give you
Exactly.
an open forum. Do what you want to do and make me proud.
So I'm doing that, a lot of stuff with Safe School South Florida. It seems like that's been my focus and will continue to be my focus.
We need you there.
Yeah, especially over the next school year. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be a lot of work, and I'm there for it.
And you're there for it,
I'm
girl.
Totally there for it. Boobs and all.
Boobs and all.
Yeah.
That espresso's going to get you there.
Absolutely.
Nothing some espresso, 5-hour energy, and a shot of vodka won't help.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you
it.
need.
You got it.
Thank you so much for being on my
Thank
show
you.
today,
I
Francesca.
love you so much.
No,
For
Mama.
real.
Like,
For real. I really do.
It means a lot coming from you.
You're
It really
awesome.
does. You
You're
know,
so awesome.
I'm just trying to follow you, and I'm just trying to be, you know, I just want you to know that, like, I worship you, you know,
Oh,
like
you're sweet.
you're just such an inspiration, you know, and you keep on going, and you keep on going, and something else gets thrown at you, and you're like, all right, let's fight.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Where's the armor? You
Yeah.
know? And these are the people that you need to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
These are the people that are going to get us to that next level, that'll get to the point where it won't be passable. It won't be, you know, discrimination. It'll just be we're all together, unified.
And we own it.
And we
And
own
we're
it.
proud of who we are. We don't have to fit into somebody else's box. Why jump from one box to another? Just be yourself. You're enough.
You're enough. You heard it here
You're
yourself.
enough. You're enough. You're enough. I'm enough. You're enough. We're all enough.
Thank you, Miss Francesca D'Amore.
D'Amore.
D'Amore. Make sure that you follow her on all social media platforms, and we got to have you back on the show sometime. Yeah?
I'd love
you
to.
and your beautiful boobs.
Woo! It would be my honor.
Thank you, Mama. Mwah.
Love you.
Thank you, Francesca, for joining me. I love you, girl. We will be bringing you special interviews with interesting people just like Francesca to get your week off started right on the FayWhat show. Before I finish, I want to tell you what I've been thinking about. I call it Fay, what's on my mind? Fay, what's on my mind? You know, I'm thinking a lot about the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. You know, the innocent lives lost. I don't think there's anybody that's not thinking about this right now. 19 innocent children in elementary school and 2 brave, courageous teachers. It really got me thinking about the wonderful teachers that I have in my life and what they go through on an everyday basis and what they go through after something like this, because it's happening way too often. These school shootings, they're just awful. How many teachers do you know? I'll give you a second to think about it. Yeah, well, every teacher that you know has walked into a room looking for blind spots from an active shooter. Every teacher you know has passed their classroom windows to see what it looks like from the outside, just in case. Every teacher that you know has wondered how fast they can lock a door if need be. Every teacher you know has had a talk with their children about the spread out and the get-together methods. Every teacher you know has gotten jumpy at least once at the sound of a fire alarm or an unplanned announcement. Every teacher you know has wondered if they could be in the way long enough to prevent damage to their children. Every teacher you know has thought about how hard it would be to keep young people quiet. Every teacher you know has walked into a different classroom and noticed where all the doors and windows are, just in case. Every teacher you know in America, this is the America that we live in. I have to say thank you to the teachers in my life, the teachers who inspire me, Alicia Rodriguez, Karen Schwartz, Michelle Cuartas, Mark Runge, and everyone who is a teacher and or works with children. We see you. We see your pain after something like this. We see that in your head, you would do whatever it took to keep your students, your kids, because if you work with kids, they become your kids, right? And you would do anything to keep them safe in a situation like this, in a horrible situation like this. But here's the thing, you shouldn't have to. And our children, they deserve better. Well, that's the FayWhat show for today. And I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our community. It's often hard for us girls. If we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. Nothing like this has been done before. It's why we start with inspirations like Mary Tyler Moore and that girl's Marlo Thomas. It's been a real tough couple of years. So let's be a little bit kinder. Let's be a little bit funnier and embrace our tremendous diversity. Hug your people tight today. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Remember, this is what makes us so strong, makes us resilient. Until next Monday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I am FayWhat, and I am #thatgirl. Have a great week.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled tea dance, Wilton is that girl.